So that is why today, when there's a news item about a medical doctor who is performing miracles in America, is a Nigerian, I will look at the profile. And generally, by the time I read the profile, I found out that the doctor was trained at Ife.
Okay, Prof. Well, I mean, you left in the 90s, but you've done well. From the University of California at Davis, you went on to Harvard. You've been dean, you've been this and that. Only this year, you were made a fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Harvard University has just made you, chairman again of the Department of African and African American Studies and all that. But you keep reconnecting positions on the recently signed student loans bill by President Bola Tinubu. The Joint Action Front, a civil society organization, yesterday here in Lagos addressed media representatives on this particular issue, which it described as a fraudulent scheme which can only leave Nigerians holding the short end of the stick again. Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria and prominent human rights activist, addressed this subject matter also and a number of other issues.
We can no longer rely on the trade unions to address the problems confronting the Nigerian people. Secondly, it is also important for us in mobilizing our people to be armed with sufficient information. One of which is this thing about 114% proposed salary increase. And let me say here, no public officer in Nigeria today relies on approved salaries. They have found their way out of the salary structure, starting with the National Assembly. What is recommended by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission for a senator is about 1 million naira per month. On their own, they have awarded themselves 15 million naira per month. House of Reps, 13 million naira per month. So if they are talking of 114% of that, they may be talking of over 30 million naira per senator.
That was Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, where some of the issues addressed at that civil society gathering are the center of the ongoing crave to leave the country in droves, especially by young people in search of greener pasture. But some will say if Nigeria is made to work well, brain drain could indeed translate into multiple gains for the country. Apart from diaspora remittances, value-added Nigerians may also be willing to plow back their acquired expertise for the overall development of the country. Well, we have joining us now someone whose journey seems to be a manifest vindication of that scenario. Professor Jacob Kehinde Olukmono is a Nigerian-American professor of African religious traditions at Harvard Divinity School, with a joint appointment as professor of African and African American Studies in the Faculty of Arts and Sciences at Harvard University. He's also here to tell us about preparations for the 7th Annual IFE Summer Institute. Professor J.K. Olukmono, quite a privilege to have you on this program at This Day Live.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's start with this brain drain problem. I mean, you trained at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and then in the 90s, you taught at the University of Ife, as it then was. It became later Obafemi Awolowo University. You went abroad, you came back, and then at the end of the day, you took the JAPA option. But I see that you are also coming back home and all that. Let's talk about this brain drain phenomenon, because it looks like when countries don't get it right, they provide their best persons for other countries. You and others are the superstars in Harvard from Nigeria. You could well have remained in Ife. So why did you leave? Why are you reconnecting with your roots?
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati. It's nice to be here. First of all, I like to say that I recognize how difficult this subject is. And I will start with a conversation I had at Harvard in 2006 when I joined the faculty after I'd worked at University of California, Davis, for 17 years. I came in and I was asked to chair the Committee on African Studies. That's before we became a center. And a number of faculty asked me, and I think the administration too, that there are quite a number of Nigerians that are coming, particularly coming to do public health. And they were a little bit worried about this issue. Brilliant doctors, doing very well. What do you think? I responded to them that I brought up my own children to have the best of education here. I will not be the one to pontificate on that or to prevent the children of other people from coming. When Nigeria is ready, Nigeria will do the right thing and we will probably stop what you call brain drain. We mustn't conflict the Ekpa phenomena with the earlier issues that we're discussing, which is brain drain. They are two different phenomena. In the brain drain thing, which is still happening, you are taking the best and the brightest from here, from Africa, bringing them to America. America has a way of opening the door for those that they consider to be very qualified. When they see talents, they grab talents. Even when they make laws, immigration laws that say, we don't want foreigners to come, they will put a clause in there that says, when we get the best, we should make it possible for them to come. I have written lots of letters for people who want to come to, be themselves in America. And, these things have worked. So it's not something we can stop like that. We have to make sure that we provide the enabling environments at home that will not make going abroad attractive. Who wants to be in a place where snow every now and then, and you're in the cold weather in there? You think I liked it? If I have the choice, I'll be here. I come to Nigeria 2-3 times a year. This is where my people are. I must say to you that I missed Ife. I was in Ife in the 70s. I joined Ife in 75. Ife sent me abroad to study at Boston University, and I came back, and I helped in developing the religious studies program at home. And I became part of the Ife community. And of course, my own research in Ile-Ife too. I miss that. I miss even teaching Nigerians in Nigeria. But the time I decided to leave in 1990, I was just fed up with the problem. I couldn't even buy tires for my car. These are really bad. Don't forget the Babangida policy that, with a World Bank that sort of reduced almost all the middle class into, citizens who just do not even matter in the economy itself. This led people to go. And if you study that, I'm not sure we have studied this phenomenon, you will discover that universities that have some of the best professors and lecturers and so, were really affected by this. Ife is a leading one.
I want to create my own path and to be ready for.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're connecting from. Hope we had a wonderful weekend. Lord Larry, good morning to you. Bell's wife, face channel, good morning to you, and other viewers there, good morning. Please let's not forget to make use of our like button. And if you're just connecting with us for the first time, just coming on this channel, please don't forget to click the subscription button and turn on your notification bell so as to get notified whenever we live. All right, so if you have any comment, the link has been posted. You can join me here and air your view. Right, but now we'll be starting with the Guardian newspaper. 40% hike in vehicle duties. Worsen transport crisis, poverty. That's on page 6. And then you can see by the left-hand side. History of customs fixed rates review. You can see from 158 increases to 589. That's least vehicle duty now, which is 1.1 million. And UK awaits Tinubu cabinet ready for stronger ties with Nigeria. Media professionals mourn, eulogize departed Lasodon. Also, and 6 Nigerian pilgrims died, 8 others ill as 2023 Hajj rites begins. And Nigeria loses $50 billion yearly to foreign domination, non-implementation of Cabotage Act. And community pharmacists decree 15% vaccination rate. And over to the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Over 127,000 Nigerian students in UK higher institutions, British High Commissioner. And fluctuations in airfares traced to federal government's unification of dollar markets. Letter has Nepal to peg Matra to dollar. And Nigeria's public debt rises to 49 trillion naira. And tributes as renowned mass communication professor La also dies in car crash. May so rest in peace. Kano Cow restrained Governor Yusuf from demolishing buildings. You can read that up on page 30 of the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. And Nigeria's maritime industry loses $100 billion annually over non-implementation of Cabotage Act, and increasing suspense over Tinubu's ministerial dominations. That's on page 22. And still on the subsidy removal, Nigerians must reduce wastage, invest more, be innovative. This coming from experts. Survival becoming more difficult for us. This coming from the private school owners, as they have enough tax to pay. And over to the Daily Trust newspaper. Butcher accused of blasphemy lynched in Sokoto. Showdown looms in Senate over minority leader seats. Liberalization without palliatives will plunge more Nigerians into poverty. This coming from the Trust economist. And Nigerian banks heading for recapitalization. Capital base eroded by $4.5 billion since 2005. Apex Bank source. Experts kicks against regulation induced changed. Our bank's capital base decrease with naira devaluation, and that's on the left hand page. That's the diagram you can see there. Six Nigeria pilgrims die of cardiac arrest. 15,860 treated in Saudi Arabia. In Daily Trust, reporters win oil, gas award, MTN fellowship. Zenith Bank's Adam wins chief financial officer onward in South Africa. Bandits adopt 3 farmers, rustle 60 cows in Kaduna. And over to Daily Sun newspaper. Kanu's release central to peace in Southeast. This coming from Ohaneze. That's on page 27. You can read that up. The ISWAP Boko Haram in supremacy battle. Scores killed as group fight for territory control at Lake Chad, Bono. And the photo display by the left-hand side is Senate President Godswill Akpabio and his wife during Thanksgiving service. And at the right-hand side is the head of private clients, chief officer, a financial officer of Zenith Bank, and the like. Then KYC, so banks, customers, experts oppose CBN's directive on social media handle. Then still on the Salah, Muslim faithful laments ram foodstuff price spike. I think this is the first time this is happening. This coming from Jam said 482,356 candidates jostled for 78,578 admission spaces in medicine and pharmacy. Aviation unions write Tinubu one of industries collapse. In Benno, 40% IGR deduction from NCAA orders. Kogi Guba ACF chairman worried over rising violence. That's on page 28. IGP to meet mobile commanders. Promises improved security. And that's all on Daily Trust Sun newspaper. Please, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click the subscription button and turn on your notification bell. Then over to the Nation newspaper. Population of Nigerian students in UK rose by 107,000 in 3 years. And Zenith Bank CFO Mukhata wins Africans Award. Largest ever pilgrimage begins in Saudi Arabia. Expert optimistic despite foreign reserves dropped to $34 billion. Eminent Nigerians mourn mass communication prof. Lafoso. Why these calls are bent on electricity tariff increase. AEDC fluctuation of Naira exchange makes upward review inevitable. Dugara Osoba back petrol subsidy removal service chief. And flood sweep newly wed man in Ondo. Government adopts 9 passengers. And over to the Vanguard newspaper. Please let's not forget to click the like button and make use of your super chat. Let's make use of our super chat, make use of your like button. You guys should make me happy. Tomorrow is my birthday. Make me happy. Click the like button now. Please click the like button. This like is really, really low. Click the like button, please. Thank you. All right, so over to the Vanguard newspaper. Ed has cancelled raises alarm over Congo's political violence. And Zenith Bank's Mukhtar Adam wins CFO of the Year award. Tom accuses Governor Allah of persecution. Court stops Kano governor from further demolition. And still on the subsidy, lack license foreign exchange, others either for importation. That's on page 5. And foreign scarcity persists as CBN resumes intervention. Banks ignore CBN directives on domiciliary accounts. Exchange rates are converge around 770 naira per dollar. While we recommended suspension of 23 local government chairmen in Benue, this coming from Benue Speaker, that's on page 10. And butcher stoned to death in Sokoto for blasphemy. Tackle insecurity head on Baptist conference urges service chiefs. And UK waiting for Tinubu to name ministers. We are optimistic to improve security, says AG and IGP. Dugara to Tinubu says bring subsidy cabal to book. Taraba governor suspend activities on illegal mining. Then this coming from Owen Lamefa, the Tinubu administration has no need to use torchlight searching for solution to the myriad of problems in the country. And that's all on the Vanguard newspaper. Over to the Punch newspaper. It says debt servicing rose to 1.24 trillion naira in one quarter 2023. This calls failed to remit 208 billion naira, says federal government. Lagos Ibadan gridlock traps motorists for hours. Naira devaluation pushes up vehicles duties by 40%. Custom rise exchange rate to 422 naira per dollar to 589 naira per dollar. Operators kick as import duties jump. Economists berates federal government, says policy will cause job loss, impoverish Nigerians, worsen hardship. 4,000 452,443 UTMA candidates just for 78,578 medicine spaces. Mad gunmen kidnap Ogun-based woman, villagers rescued farmer. And clerics warn Muslim not to bow for Salah's ram. And that's all on the newspaper. Then there's this. It says UK waiting for Tinubu to appoint ministers. British High Commissioner to Nigeria Richard Montgomery has said to the UK was waiting the appointment of ministers by President Bola Tinubu before taking necessary steps towards strengthening collaboration. Montgomery, who stated this in an interview with the news agency of Nigeria NAN in Abuja weekend, said the UK government has identified 6 areas in which both countries could strengthen cooperation and explore new areas to build upon for mutual benefits. It said the UK was more interested in bilateral ties with Nigeria as informed by Tinubu's recent economic decisions. It said we have very long standing ties being wired by history, and we do have a very strong foundation on which to build, and I am very optimistic about Nigerians' direction in the coming year. We wish to build on our economic relations, in particular, and the first decision by the new administration show that it is going to take big decision on the economy, which I think will give us the opportunity to grow our trade, investment, and economic relations. I think there are a number of areas where the UK government can step up our diplomacy, our bilateral reactions with Nigeria. But of course, we await the appointment of new ministers so that we can have diplomatic dialogue necessary to lay the grounds for some of those. I would say that there are 6 areas we would like to explore. The first is long-standing development cooperation. I think what the UK always needs to do when a new administration comes into place is we need to understand the priorities of that administration and how we can adapt and work in mutual partnership and with our development programs. The second is the economic area. We always have a good economic dialogue, but we would like to take the next step and develop a form of a more enhanced trade and partnership. Something I am quite keen to discuss with the new Minister of Trade and Industry. The third area is security and defense, which we would like to leave and take forward. We already take a good look. The third area is the security and defense, which we would like to evolve and take forward. We already have a good relationship on home affairs with your interior ministry and other agency, and that is an area where we would like to continue our collaborations. Finally, we would like to Nigeria once the ministers and advisors are in place, he said. Montgomery also said the UK government's new policy on the restriction of foreign student visas was aimed at managing the presence valuable roles in regional and continental ports. Right. And so that's all on this. So he said he ever stated that in 2022, the UK granted 3 million new UK visas of various types, including students and other visitors. So we are delighted that UK universities continue to attract the best and brightest from Nigeria. The envoy stated that in 2022, the UK granted 3 million new UK visas for various types, including students and other visitors. So that was what we're going to stop. And then there's an update here on the okay, so this is a comment from this is what the Prime Minister Ekpa said. He said, "Tell Uwazuruike to stop vomiting rubbish. I call him up to explain to Biafrans his dealings with Asari. Uwazuruike came denied having anything to do with Asari for the past 3 years. That's enough. Your words are very irritating. Stop the nonsense. We can't fight Biafra freedom like your failed self. Coming to use yourself as example of how to fight for freedom is insane. Just stop talking. You have denied Asari, and I know why I asked you the question." So that's this comment from Samuel Ekpa addressing Uwazuruike. Like a man that is not stable in his ways, that's what he always gets. So anyone that is not stable, you don't expect the best from them, actually. Okay, so Lord Larry, yeah. Oh well, good morning. He's fine. Baby boy is fine. Iwu Biafra, good morning to you. And thank you for staying tuned. Oh, West Wifey says Nigeria country is where youths are being harassed every day, honestly. And enough is enough. We have to put an end to that. So the politicians looting, stealing money are working freely on the street of Nigeria. But no one obviously. My major prayer now right now is that Nnamdi Kanu should be released on time. They should not adjourn any case. Let them do justice to it as soon as possible. That is all I'm interested in right now. Okay, so viewers, thank you all for staying tuned. Lolari, thank you. Thank you all for staying tuned. And to all those who have clicked on the like button, we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you've not clicked on the like button, please make use of your like button. If the like button is difficult to press, make use of a super chat, please. Thank you so much. All right, with this, we've actually come to the end of today's newspaper review. See you same time, same station tomorrow.
Even the dry bones in the graves that are beginning to shake, they know the time has come. It's a shame that some people who are still living don't understand that, especially Igbo traders in Lagos. So say to go. Ekpa is the first phase of this very deadly salvo. They will destroy your businesses. After that, they will take over your houses. When I make work for them, I want you to be writing down what I'm saying. That is why barrister will say, go and bring your pen and your paper. So that when we are speaking, you'll be seeing it live and direct. What we do here is science. When we tell you that if you mix 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen, you will get H2O, which is water. We mean it. If you try it, you will see it in here.